Welcome to October and this month's TBR video, but it is Spooky Edition. We are doing a Spooky Edition TBR video. I am so excited. As you can see, I have gotten rid of all of my normal prompts and I have put in 30 spooky themed prompts. Some of the prompts include supernatural, suspense, thriller, horror, and a couple more other things, but I am so excited to do this TBR video. I have been waiting so long. I love October, I love Halloween, and I can't wait to predominantly just do horror, spooky stuff this whole month, and I am so excited to do this video. I'm wearing my spooky top. I think we should just get straight into it because I just can't wait. So let's open the jar. I'm so excited. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna do 5 prompts. I think 5 seems to be a good number for now. So let's do 5. I am so excited. I don't know what's gonna happen. Okay, yeah, okay, cool. We've got read a book set in a creepy small town. Read a book set in a creepy small town. Okay. Creepy small town, that's very oddly specific. I'm gonna think about that one. Okay, so I found a book. I had to look it up just to make sure, but this book is set in a small town. It is The Woman in Black. I have had this book for so long that I still even have the tag on it. I'm gonna take that off right now. Okay, I'm not gonna take off the tag. I'm not taking off the sticker. It's coming off like really badly. So I'm gonna have a look later and see how I can get that off. But I'm really excited for this book. I've actually been wanting to read it for a while. I've been actually wanting to read this book the entire year. And I am so glad that it got picked. I have been waiting to read this book all year. Especially since I started getting back into reading again this year. I have been so excited to read this. And I have been putting it off and keeping it for October. This is a horror book. I'll read out the blurb. It says, I did not believe in ghosts. Did. Few attend Mrs. Alice Drablow's funeral and not one blood relative amongst them. There are undertakers with shovels, a local official who would rather be anywhere else, and one Mr. Arthur Kipps, solicitor from London. He is to spend the night in Eel Marsh House, the place where the old recluse died amidst a sinking swamp, a blinding fog, and a baleful mystery about which the townsfolk refuse to speak. Young Mr. Kipps expects a boring evening alone, sorting out paperwork and searching for Mrs. Drablow's will. But when the high tide pens him in, what he finds, or rather what finds him, is something else entirely. I'm so excited. It is a little bit of a smaller book. It's about 200 pages. Just been so excited to read this. There's a lot of like ghost stories or like there's like a lot of like ghost stories like regarding Men in White, The Woman in Black. I found this in the bookstore a long time ago and I actually have never seen it in another bookstore since then. I don't know if I just haven't been looking properly in the horror section or not, but once I saw it, I was like, yes, I have to. So first book for October. Okay, let's pick our next one now. Okay, alright, and we're not gonna look, we're not looking. Okay, read a book with an unreliable narrator. I don't know what that means. I really don't know what that means. Unreliable? What do you mean unreliable? I'm gonna check that. I feel like I'm always checking, but like that one I feel like I have to check. Okay, so I had a quick Google search just to understand the meaning of the unreliable narrator. And the way it's said is that the narrator is, you cannot trust their version completely of the events that is taking place. So I had a quick look about some books that are under that genre and that prompt, and I do have a couple of them, and I chosen Bunny. First glance, you'd look at it and like, it's pink, there's a cute bunny on it. How can this be horror? It's horror. I don't know why, but it's horror. I saw this a while ago and I was like, how can this be horror? It looks way too cute, but that's judging a book by its cover. So I got it and I'm actually really excited to read this. This is also another book that I have been putting off for October. So we'll just read the blurb. We call them bunnies because that is what they call each other. Seriously, bunny. Samantha. I don't know, I feel uncomfortable now. Why do you have my name? Okay. Samantha Heather McKay is an outsider in her small, highly selective MFA program at Warren University. In fact, she is utterly repelled by the rest of her fiction writing cohort. This is scary. I also did writing in uni. A clique. Wow. Cliche. Oh my gosh. A clique of unbearable twee rich girls who call each other bunny. But then the bunnies issue her with an invitation, and Samantha finds herself inexplicably drawn to their front door, across the threshold and down their rabbit hole. Blending sharp satire with fairy tale horror, Bunny is a spellbinding trip of a novel from one of fiction's most original voices. That's kind of scary. I'll admit that. Having not only my name, but also the fact that I did writing in university also is kind of scary. And I really was drawn to this book as well. That's kind of intimidating, but that's okay. Definitely excited to read this one. So I'm going to put that one here. Let's choose book number 3 now. I really want a supernatural prom. Supernatural. Yeah! Wow, manifestation worked! Read a book with a creature feature. Werewolves, vampires, monsters. No way! Oh my gosh. What? No. That is amazing. Wow. I'm not even like... That's kind of wow. It is, you know what's hilarious? There is a book. This is the book that I just wanted to read this month. No other book. I would read these outside, but there is this one book that I bought specifically to read this year, this October, and I have been dying to read it, and I am so happy that I pulled that. I literally have it right here. It's this book right here. Empire of the Vampire. I can't tell you how excited I am to read this book. I am so excited. I have so many other different like paranormal books that include like different types of creatures, but specifically this book, I have the second book also, and I actually got the second book first and I didn't realize that it was the second book, so I had to get the first one. But I'm just so excited. I'm pretty sure it's like similar to like an epic fantasy. I'm not 100% sure on that, but let's read the blurb. I actually don't even know what this book's about. I've just been like, did I judge the book by its cover? Yes, I really did. It's got vampires in it. Like, I'm sure I'm gonna like it. So we're all going to find out what this book's about right now. It has been 27 long years since the last sunrise. For nearly 3 decades, vampires have waged war against humanity, building their internal empire even as they tear down our own. Now, only a few tiny sparks of light endure in a sea of darkness. Gabriel de Leon, half man, half monster, and last remaining Silver Saint, a sworn brother of the Holy Silver Order dedicated to defending the realm from the creatures of the night, is all that stands between the world and its end. Now imprisoned by the very monsters he's vowed to destroy, the last Silver Saint is forced to tell his story, a story of legendary battles and forbidden love, of faith lost and friendships won, of the wars of the blood and the forever king, and the quest for humanity's last remaining hope, the Holy Grail. What? Oh wow. Okay. I didn't know the Holy Grail was in this. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. I'm not even gonna like talk about this anymore. It's just going straight here. Like, it's a big book, I know, but I don't care. I'm reading that book 100%. Like, that is the first one that I'm gonna be reading 100%. Number 3. Okay. I need to calm down. I need to calm down a little bit now. That really just rose my endorphins. I'm very happy that I was able to get that book. You have no idea how happy I am. Probably could show, but it's happiness all around. Anyway, let's choose the 4th book. Now that I've chosen that, like, I really don't really mind what comes out. I don't mind, like, what other, like, that's the one thing I really wanted. Alright, let's just see. Read a book with a haunted object. Doll, mask, diary, etc. Okay. I don't think I have a book that's got a haunted object. Like, it's very difficult to tell if it's a haunted object. I'm gonna have to think about this one. I'm gonna probably look it up as well. I had a quick look. The list that were provided on Google, there isn't any that I own. So I'm not gonna be able to choose a book for that prompt. So what I'm going to do instead is that because I can't pick one for that prompt, I'm going to add an additional prompt to counter the fact that I wasn't able to get that one. So we're going to do 6 prompts instead of 5 for this month, which I feel like that's fair. So we're gonna choose another prompt, unfortunately. That's really sucks. That would have been a really good one too. Okay, let's pick another one. Okay. Read a book with dark fairy tale vibes. Okay. I mean, dark romance, dark fairy tale vibes. So just by having a quick look, I know I'm looking at every single prompt because I just want to make sure that I'm getting it every time. But there is a couple that I do own. The question is, which one do I want to read? So I own One Dark Window, I've got Hooked, and I got most of the Never After books in that series, and I have both of the One Dark Window. Could do Scarred. I've been wanting to read that one. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at the area where I've been putting all of these newer books, and whichever one I find first is the one that it's gonna be. So let's do that. Okay, so the first book that I saw was One Dark Window. So it's gonna be this one for that prompt. I have put all my books, the newer ones that I've been buying, into the wardrobe because eventually I'm going to be changing up my bookshelves. But for now, for the new books that I have, has been going into the closet to keep them organized. But this is the first one that I found. Let's read the blurb. Elspeth needs a monster. The monster might be her. Elspeth Spindle needs more than luck to stay safe in the eerie mist-locked kingdom of Blunder. She needs a monster. She calls him the Nightmare, an ancient mercurial spirit trapped in her head. He protects her. He keeps her secret. But nothing comes for free, especially magic. When Elspeth meets a mysterious highwayman on the forest road, she is thrust into a world of shadow and deception. Together, they embark on a dangerous quest to cure the town of Blunder from the dark magic infecting it. As the stakes heighten and their undeemable attraction intensifies, Elspeth is forced to face her darkest secret yet. The Nightmare is slowly, darkly taking over her mind, and she might not be able to stop him. That's a really nice one. Yeah, I think this is actually perfect. So that is number 4. Now we've got 2 more prompts left because I couldn't get that one prompt. So let's pick our next one. Okay. Read a book with urban legends. Okay. The Woman in Black would have been perfect for this one. That's what I was thinking of before. I just couldn't think of the actual name. It was Urban Legend. I think I might have another couple books. I think I might have some, but I'm going to have a look and see. So I don't have too many specific Urban Legend books. There was this one, which was The Woman in Black, that came like at the top of my head, but I didn't really know too many more that I owned. And when I was looking on internet, it was giving me like a lot of very popular urban legends that I either don't have, or they were talking about like a whole combination in one book. I thought that we could probably do Dracula. It's more classic and it's well known, so I think I'm gonna go with this one. I know it's technically not an urban legend, but I feel like this is the closest that we're gonna get with that prompt. So the blurb says, a chilling gothic classic that tells the tale of Jonathan Harker, who travels to Transylvania to assist the enigmatic Count Dracula. Soon, Harker discovers Dracula's horrifying secret. He is a vampire intent on spreading his undead curse to England. As Dracula's terror reaches London, a brave group of souls led by Professor Van Helsing bands together to stop him. Exploring themes of fear, sexuality, and the supernatural, Dracula remains a timeless and thrilling tale of good versus evil. So I think this is what I'm going to choose. I feel like this is going to be the closest I can get to the urban legend. Let's choose our last spooky themed book for the month. Let's see. I'm going to close my eyes. Okay. Please be good. Please be good. Read a book that involves summoning something you shouldn't. Fair. Okay, so I did find a book, and if you don't know, I have all of my physical TBR on my Goodreads, so that is why I'm able to figure out what I have on my phone very quickly, and I cross-reference with Google when I need to search up a prompt. So the book that I'm going to be choosing is Pet Sematary by Stephen King. What a way to end with the final book with a Stephen King book, of course. I don't think it could end any other way with a different author. It had to be Stephen King. Unfortunately, Unfortunately, I cannot get to that book right now because it is currently in a box and I'm unable to get to that box without moving so many things to get to it, which I'm gonna have to do anyway, but unfortunately I can't do that anytime soon. Just pretend that it's in my hand and it's gonna go up here. But I can quickly read the blurb for you. That's on Goodreads. The house looked right, felt right to Dr. Lewis Creed. Rambling, old, unsmart, and comfortable, a place where the family could settle. The children grow and play and explore. The rolling hills and meadows of Maine seemed a world away from the fume-choked dangers of Chicago. Only the occasional big truck out on the 2-lane highway, grinding up through the gears, hammering down the long gradients, growled out an intrusive note of threat. But behind the house and away from the road that was saved, just a carefully clear path up into the woods, where generations of local children have processed with the solemn innocence of the young, taking them with their dear departed pets for burial. A sad place maybe, but safe. Surely a safe place. Not a place to seep into your dreams, to wake you sweating with fear and foreboding. So I'm very excited for that book. I have actually never read a Stephen King book, and as a person who really enjoys horror, that is kind of unheard of, but I haven't really read many horror books. I've only watched a lot of horror things, so I'm very excited to read Stephen King, and that's actually a pretty good book to start off with, I think. I hope, fingers crossed. But anyway, that is it for the prompts. Let's see what we got. We got Dracula by Bram Stoker's, One Dark Window by Rachel Gillick, Empire the Vampire by Jay Kristoff, The Woman in Black by Susan Hill. We also had Pet Sematary by Stephen King. Right here. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have amazing book reads for this month of October spooky season. I hope everyone's doing well, and I'll catch you in the next video. Happy reading, everyone. Bye.